actually happening is Diavolo is getting close to death, but then is healed / summoned to a different scenario right before the official death to repeat the process. Thus, no effect has been used, basically, GER is removing the action.
Man got put in a genjutsu, bro. Yo, this dude is too broken, bro. What's good, guys? Yo, boy, no mercy, 4K. Louis Mercy in the building, and back at your other banger reaction video. Today we got the most terrifying stands, gold experience, Requiem. And I'm saying, you guys asked me to check out this series, the most terrifying stands series, a whole bunch of non-same videos of different stands here. I got some suggestions for this one, some to other ones like I think the Tusk, and that's what I'm here saying. Check out today for y'all. You feel me? Today we're gonna see this gold experience Requiem one, and I hope you enjoy this reaction. If you do and want to see the next reaction like this, maybe to saying one of these, the most terrifying stance videos, or another type of JoJo video, let me know what you want to see next in the comments. But if you want to see that next JoJo episode reaction, whatever JoJo reaction here immediately, smash the like button and subscribe, bro. It really helps out a lot. Let me start talking. I hope you enjoy. Let's get it. What's good, bro? If you want to see full and uncut reactions earlier than when I post them on here on YouTube, consider checking out the Patreon. Link is in the description. Supporting on Patreon helps me keep making banger videos for you guys, bro. The most terrifying stands gold experience Requiem.
The most terrifying stands gold experience Requiem. If there was a video with a mythic hype behind it, it would be this video. The amount of comments debating me or asking me to talk about this stand in this series is ginormous. Due to the complexity of the stand, I've held off for a very long time, but thanks to the homie Jobber and me kind of debating and talking about this stand in private, I think I finally can make a video about this stand proper. Of course, starting off the musical reference to Gold Experience Requiem. I've explained it in a previous video with Chariot Requiem, but basically Amadeus Mozart makes his composure Requiem but dies before he could finish it. Eventually later on, one of his students would eventually come to finish it, of course being a parallel to where Polnareff dies with the Requiem arrow, but eventually with the struggle to fight Diavolo, Giorno eventually picks up the arrow and achieves a controlled Requiem, unlike the
he breaking down the whole JoJo story right now. The spoiled death.
Diavolo, Giorno eventually picks up the arrow and achieves a control.
Nah, these stands though are really like hard to understand though. From that one the most top 10 strongest stands video reaction I did recently, like it was really kind of hard to even comprehend. So I gotta pay attention.
Unlike the Berserk stand, Chariot Requiem. In the JoJo,
I know it's gonna get confusing.
States that Gold Experience Requiem is just the evolution to Gold Experience, kind of showing aspects of a flower and the Requiem arrow. With a musical reference and Rocky's comments out of the way, we can finally talk about GER's powers and abilities. And let me tell you, they are insane. GER is consistently stated in universe and outside, thanks to a couple guides and Rocky himself, that it is so powerful it exceeds all previous stats, abilities, and notoriably attack power, and cannot be compared to any previous stands. You can assume that, thanks to these guides, that GER is the ultimate stand. Gold Experience Requiem stats are also consistently shown to be none, helping the previous fact that its powers and abilities are so far above everything else that they can't be represented, kind of implying some internet debate that GER has a no limits fallacy. GER even mentions itself that no matter what ability a stand has in JoJo, GER itself will be above it every single time. And with that being said, we can actually scale off of probably the most scaled stand in the entire series, and said previously to be the ultimate stand, Star Platinum the World. The reason why I'm using Star Platinum is just because he's super consistent, and we actually have some like actual numbers to go off of here, and a lot of statements and stand stats. So with the previous GER is above all previous stands in the series in terms of abilities and powers, this should mean that Star Platinum's city level feat with the sun should mean that GER should be at least at that level or higher higher. And with the sun, and powers, this should mean that Star Platinum's city level feat with the sun should mean
City
that
level
GR
feat with the
should
sun?
be at least at that level or higher. And seeing how the actual statement says, you know, GR is above all stands, it should technically be higher. But for whatever reason, if you are contentious about this argument or even comparing these two stands in general, there actually is some evidence to support that case, but I don't think it's true. During a Part 6 stand stat guide, Star Platinum is stated to be the strongest or the ultimate stand, depending on the translation. Some people consider this to be a defining point that Star Platinum is stronger than GR, or, you know, GR is just not that good or hyped up to be, you know, the ultimate stand.
So Star Platinum is apparently different too?
The first being that Araki has two different variations of an ultimate stand. One that's physically powerful with speed behind it and that can be physically measured. And the second being a transcendent stand that can't be measured and is above reason and logic and just, it kind of almost works on its own accord. Now, the second way to look at it is kind of above reason and
works on his own accord. GR asks about his stand user knowing? Bro, no fucking... Bro. Why? What? Why would it... Bro, that's creepy as hell. This creepy, you know what I'm saying, looking bastard, you know what I'm saying, Slenderman, it's acting on its own without the user even... Nah, bro. That is OP, but why would I want... Bro, I want a stand that I can completely control. If it's like that creepy thing just acts on its own, like behind my back. Nah, I want the other one. What's the Star Platinum? Yeah, I want those.
Logic and just, it kind of almost works on its own accord. Now, the second way to look at it is kind of long, and you have to go through a lot of loopholes and kind of say, maybe. Did Gold Experience Requiem exist during Part 6? It's kind of semi-implied that GR does not exist anymore and needs the arrow to come back. For anybody doubting this perspective, look at Killer Queen. Once it got hit with the arrow and gained Bites the Dust, the arrow never left the stand. But with GR, it showed that it's embedded on its forehead, and after Diavalu is defeated, the arrow leaves Gold Experience Requiem and is now in Giorno's hands. Plus, you can also look at Polnareff and how he took away the arrow from Chariot Requiem
the spoil of hell
disappeared. Now, this argument only works if you believe
the sun was a stand that was basically the sun. That is crazy.
You know, Killer Queen Bites the Dust is a Requiem, and you completely throw away the fact that Trish said that, you know, the Requiem arrow is eternally tied to Gold Experience Requiem. And due to the almost fanfic interpretation of the second part, I just can't believe it's true. Not to mention the fact there are two stand stat variations for Star Platinum in Part 6, one from the JOJO Velar and one for an in-part version of it. And the in-part version of it doesn't state that Star Platinum is the ultimate stand. That could imply that either Made in Heaven is now or Gold Experience Requiem. With all that being said, the destructive capability and the physical strength of Gold Experience Requiem should be above a stand like Star Platinum the World, and can be considered the ultimate stand, quote unquote. It's also stated by Polnareff the original point of the arrows was to achieve a power like an almighty god, and since the acts of Gold Experience are shown to be equivalent to a god, and depending on your interpretation of the story, this can be true. So on a low ball for GR's AP, city level, on a high ball, mountain level. So it's actually pretty consistent. But if some 15-year-old on a high ball
AP attack power? What the wait. City level is smaller than is mountain level? Yo, my perspective on life is messed up, man. Why I thought like mountain level is smaller than city level for a second, bro? Bro, if you got the power to destroy like New York City, bro, that is insane. I would think that's more than mountain level, but okay. I don't know.
Mountain level. So it's actually pretty consistent. But if some 15-year-old can blow up a mountain with his stand, I think you should be a tad bit concerned about your well-being on a day-to-day basis in Italy. Now, when it comes to speed, GR actually kind of gets into the insane levels in JOJO. Right off the bat, we have GR above infinite speed and most likely immeasurable speed. Both Notorious
above infinite speed? How you
have infinite speed?
It's already infinite.
GR was able to at least react in a realm with no time. And just to clarify on what King Crimson's ability actually is, King Crimson doesn't actually erase time. I think it's kind of a misinterpretation on Araki's part and even us as fans. It's more like he's erasing people's perceptions and perspectives. Diavalu even himself confirms that the fact that he actually erases time for everyone else but himself. If this wasn't the case, he'd literally be erasing people from the timeline. Now, taking a closer look at Made in Heaven, at a bare minimum, we know he's at an infinite speed. But taking a closer look at it, he might be at an immeasurable speed. Made in Heaven accelerates time to infinity, ending a timeline and creating a parallel one. Pucci has stated and shown to be physically able to infinity, ending a timeline and creating a immeasurable speed. Made in Heaven accelerates time to infinity, ending a timeline and creating a parallel one. Pucci has stated and shown to be physically able to keep up with
ending a timeline, creating a yo, appreciate the follow, gang. You know what I'm saying? But imagine you just got the power to end your whole universe and timeline, and just I wanna jump into another alternate reality, alternate timeline real quick. Yeah, I'll just end this timeline. I'm not happy with it today. I'll go to this other one. Yeah, it ain't simple.
With an accelerating timeline.
That is
this
crazy.
fits within an immeasurable speed definition, as its speed is beyond linear time. From Pucci's perspective, he is just walking, but from everybody else's perspective, Pucci is moving immeasurably fast. Now, some people would actually call that inconsistent because he actually can't move and stop time, but given on how the context of how it actually works, Made in Heaven speeds up time to be that fast. So logically, if you stop time, you stop Made in Heaven. So basically, Made in Heaven's immeasurable speed is reliant on time. Plus, Made in Heaven's ability was so strong that it was able to shorten time stop. And to add even more proof to Made in Heaven being immeasurable, everything that is explained about his ability fits into the criteria of being immeasurable. Time travel, arriving before you left, traveling to different points in time, beyond linear time.
That's crazy.
Definitions like this fit underneath immeasurable speeds. That then would prove that Made in Heaven is in this category of speed. But if for whatever reason you don't believe anything,
so the Made in Heaven is a time traveler.
So far about speed, at bare minimum with stand stats, Made in Heaven would be an infinite speed stand. And with previous stand stat statements with GR and statements in general, GR would scale above Made in Heaven. And of course, if you do believe that Made in Heaven is an immeasurable speed stand, that would also then imply that GR is an immeasurable speed stand on a higher caliber. So with the bare basics out of the way,
higher caliber is
GR
crazy.
Is insanely powerful. Having the physical capabilities of possibly destroying a mountain and being at near immeasurable speeds on a mid ball, not a high ball, of course, because we don't actually know the full limits of GR.
Immeasurable speeds is crazy.
He by himself, with no abilities, can basically destroy or kill anything in the context of the JOJO.
That's crazy, I ain't gonna lie.
In his timeline, most stands can't even get to a building level or hell even light speed without some rough calculations. But the sole fact that GR consistently through a lot of evidence can reach these levels is mind-boggling, and that's just basics. We're not even getting into his abilities yet. And since Gold Experience Requiem is the evolution to Gold Experience, that means Gold Experience Requiem has all of his previous abilities. Life Giver, the ability to bestow life into any object, making life out of it. Damage Reflection, when one of the creature's journal makes out of Life Giver gets damaged, the damage that would happen to the creature automatically the creature's journal to bestow life.
Let be able to create any life form you want out of nowhere is insane.
Life into any object, making life out of it. Damage Reflection, when one of the creature's journal makes out of Life Giver gets damaged, the damage that would happen to the creature automatically gets reflected back onto the opponent. Life Shot, the ability to make an opponent feel like they have a bleak
so you got full counter? You got full counter too? Insane.
Reflected back onto the opponent. Life Shot, the ability to make an opponent feel like they have a bunch of energy to attack the opponent, when in reality they are actually lagging behind, giving Jordan the ability to, kind of rush and attack them. Life Exhaustion, the ability to bestow energy.
Yo, no
to
way
any
that's
life
actually a
form, making
thing.
them go through the
No way that's a thing, bro.
attack. In reality, they are actually lagging behind, giving Jordan the ability to a bunch of energy to attack the.
So it gives the illusion to their opponent that they got a whole bunch of energy and power when really they don't, and they're losing power instead. The ultimate genjutsu with death. Now they're gonna get messed up. They're gonna get destroyed, bodied, rocked real quick, and they're not even gonna know what happened. They're gonna be like, "Yo, I thought I was feeling I was feeling invincible." You know what I'm saying? Like Pop Smoke, bro. Feeling invincible. Like and then out of nowhere I just get destroyed real quick. Like how? But in reality, your power is getting drained. That's crazy.
In reality, they are actually lagging behind, giving Jordan the ability to, kind of rush and
that
attack.
is insane, bro.
Life
What?
Exhaustion, the ability to bestow energy into any life form, making them go through their entire lifespan within an instant. Basically a one-shot ability. Self-healing, just with Life Giver, Jordan has the ability to make any
that's too OP.
He can actually make human body parts to heal himself.
Life sensor.
Nah, this too OP.
An object to feel if
This too OP, bro.
But in Gold Experience Requiem,
Like, bro, there's no way. This got to be the most broken stand for sure. You know what I think? This guy, this is why you recommended to it, bro. This got to be the most broken stand. There's no way, bro. It got way too many broken abilities.
And he can just feel it out like if it was key. So you can then infer that all the other abilities got at least some type of boost thanks to the Requiem power-up. He also then gets like life laser beams too. It's the first thing he shows against Diavolo after gaining the Requiem. So it's like really weird. It's not explained at all, but it's there. And finally, his two new abilities when Gold Experience Requiem appears. Infinite Death and Return to Zero. Gold Experience Requiem has a semi-passive ability to revert any attack to 0 and will itself to 0 as well. It is technically a form of causality manipulation, removing and preventing an effect and only leaving a cause. There's a specific requirement for it to revert something. It requires the manipulation of the attacker's will and actions right before an attack lands, thus preventing the effect and reverting everything to 0. And defining will within the case of JOJO means your soul/fighting spirit. Returned to 0 is busted. I'm just gonna flat out say it. No matter what you try to do to this stand, you are not going to affect it at all. Possibly being as
that's
fast
crazy.
as Experience Requiem itself being immeasurable, you cannot outspeed the ability. Not to mention the fact that the ability in and of itself removes the attack. It is probably one of the more busted abilities.
Nah, bro, what?
Gold Experience Requiem has way too much. Its kit is way too massive. He has everything. Self-healing, life-giving, the ability to make your attacks literally useless, having an extremely high AP and massive speed advantage over pretty much a large majority of anime characters is just insane. If you were to
it's also stated
anime characters is just
bro, nah, these stands are too broken, especially this one. Like, what is this, bro? How is the guy immeasurable speed, can time travel, and it cannot say or not? I don't know if that's, but it got all these other broken OP like healing, other abilities too, bro. It's all stated that Requiems have the ability to dominate soul/life. Pause.
If you were to encounter Gold Experience,
I don't know what you mean by that.
I don't know, time travel, or, you know, hopping into alternate universes, you're not gonna win. I'm sorry to say this, but like this is, you're done. And there's still more to talk about. Enter the death loop. Now, from what is shown in the manga, Diavolo doesn't actually die in this death loop. What's actually happening is Diavolo is getting close to death, but then is healed/summoned to a different scenario right before the official death to repeat the process. Thus, no effect. Basically, GR is removing the action.
Man got put in a genjutsu, bro. Yo, this dude is too broken, bro. This thing got the ability of genjutsus as well, bro. Put you in the infinite loop that you're just gonna continuously die and never actually die, bro. Okay, just live the moment before you die forever and ever.
Aspect of death from Diavolo infinitely, and in the
GR has the most kills in all the anime, bro. But with how broken this is, I believe it.
Concept of death itself. Now,
this is too easy. Like, this is too easy. I would go crazy.
Activated is contentious as fuck, and a lot of guides and just people in general just kind of don't agree with each other. Until this day, Araki has never ever clarified how it works. It's vague as fuck, to the point where it's inconsistent and makes a lot of people think that GR has a no limit fallacy, which it possibly could have depending on the scenario you think of, but it just gets really weird. Now, the death loop keeps Diavolo's wills and actions, forcing Diavolo to succumb to every near death scenario possible, infinitely, might I add. The safest bet to where
every near death
points in time
possible.
He goes from the river
so it's not just the exact same loop. Every possible way to die, you're gonna die in it. That's crazy.
The safest bet to where Diavolo shows up is different points in time. He goes from the river to 2 days into the future, possibly, depending on how the ability works. Now, if it's true that he's actually getting teleported to different points in time for the rest of the universe or for the rest of time, this would then give GR a slight passive ability to manipulate time. So add that to everything else he can do. Needless to say, the infinite death loop is probably one of the most terrifying abilities in all of JOJO. Think of every atrocity a human can do against another human, and then anything the universe can do against a human. It's an unfathomable amount of death. Any evil action that has ever happened to a human has now been bestowed upon Diavolo for the rest of
that's
time.
crazy.
Kind of really weird,
bro.
like, morbid thought process.
That's crazy.
Happen to you. Almost kind of in a cosmic horror type of sense. Now, aside from the
everything a human could do to you, from shooting you, to not saying kidnapping you and not saying whatever, bruh, throwing you off a bridge, off a cliff, to getting hit by an asteroid, just anything, just the universe just sends an asteroid shower just right on top of you. All that is gonna happen.
The death loop being probably one of GR's greatest feats, there is still one more we need to talk about. The fact that GR was able to erase time is definitely a universal plus feat. We know that stands like the World and Star Platinum the World have the ability to affect time around the world. Due to Made in Heaven fighting Star Platinum the World and Star Platinum stopping time, and Made in Heaven not being able to react to it, or, you know, being stopped by it, would then imply that Star Platinum's time stop affects the entire universe when he stops time.
Time stop is crazy.
That a stand like King Crimson, who has the ability to erase all of time within a fragmentary moment, would affect the entire universe. Therefore, meaning that GR time within a, therefore implying that a stand like King Crimson, who has the ability to erase all of time within a fragmentary moment, would affect the entire universe. Therefore, meaning that GR beat a character that could do a universal plus feat. It's said by Araki himself the range of time stop would go all the way to space, therefore proving even the fact that, you know, Star Platinum can affect the universe like he did against Made in Heaven. On top of that, GR has the ability to stop fate itself, which is an entirely different bag to explain, which Jobber has already done on his channel, so I'll link that down below for you guys to watch. But yeah, GR is just fucking stupid, dude. He just stops fate just because. I don't know.
GR is just fucking stupid, dude.
Is just fucking stupid, dude. He just stops fate just because. I don't know how to explain it. So when
bro, why you said it like
that?
that?
Universe, GR is by far
this is broken.
Definitely the strongest stand. But what happens when he meets the Infinite Rotation and D4C Love Train? Thanks to the JOJO Valor guidebook, we actually do have an answer to this, vaguely through power scaling. In the guidebook, GR still holds his title as the ultimate stand, still having no stats, while incredibly powerful stands like D4C Love Train and Tusk Act 4 still have stats, aka their physical stats and abilities being measured. Gold Experience Requiem, ability-wise, with its Return to Zero ability, should scale above the most powerful feats Tusk and Love Train have been able to show. Both stated to be trans-dimensional, D4C Love Train having barriers being multiversal plus, and Tusk Act 4 with the dimensional D4C Love Train.
Is that one Batman, you know what I'm saying? Like, the alternate Batman? You feel me? With the full black suit and the red stripes? Is that one alternate Batman?
Having barriers being multiversal plus, and to
fuck with that Batman though.
Infinite rotational energy being able to pierce said barrier with infinite attack potency are getting washed by GER with its Return to Zero. And with the context of the multiverse being involved in part 6 and just being introduced after that part, this would then technically mean a stand like Made in Heaven has, you know, universal plus implications, meaning that since GER is technically within that timeline supposed to be stronger than Made in Heaven, that would technically mean on a mid ball GER is multiversal plus, and on a downplay is universal plus.
Wow.
Which is still insanely powerful.
Wow.
It makes total sense for the past 2 decades why this stand was considered one of the strongest things in all of fiction. And in my opinion, one of the most terrifying stands. Just pray to something that you never get caught in an infinite death loop. Well, that's going to be the end of the video.
Nah, that is scary, bro.
Follow me on Twitter. Stay hydrated. See you in the next video.
That is definitely scary, though. I'm not gonna lie, bro. W video, but that is insane, bro. This thing is way too broken. Got every broken power in the book. The healing, the self-healing, to be able to give life, to be able to take your life in one instance, to be able to infinite death loop, bro. Holy, the infinite speed. Holy, bro, this gotta be one of the craziest things in fiction. This is the most broken thing in fiction I've ever seen, bro. It's got to be, or one of them, bro. That's insane. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. And it looks creepy as hell. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You're talking about it can act on its own without like the user knowing what is happening. You're bugging. That is insanely broken, but I don't know if I want that, bro. Because that motherfucking stand look creepy, and it's way too broken. You don't know what it can do. It all acting on its own. You're crazy. Let me know what you guys thought about that down below in the comments. What you thought about my reaction. If you enjoyed, want to see more reactions like this, maybe the next Most Terrifying Stands video here, immediately want to see that. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel where I post every single day daily bangers like this for you guys here. Appreciate y'all watching, tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you made it until the end though, let me know by commenting WER, WGER, you know what I'm saying? W Gold Experience Requiem, WGER, WER in the chat. Wait, yeah, WER, you know what I'm saying? WGER in the chat, WER in the comments. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next time. Have a great rest of your day. And bye.